start before I welcome you all by apologizing for commencing the meeting late. That I want to say that it's my pleasure to welcome the chairman and other leaders of political parties to this meeting. This is our first meeting since the conclusion of the 2023 general election and the fifth engagement with stakeholders in the last 3 weeks in our effort to review the conduct of the election. You may recall that we met with our resident electoral commissioners on 4th July 2023, followed by a meeting with our electoral officers and transport unions on 19th July 2023. And only yesterday, 24th July 2023, the Commission met with civil society organizations. More stakeholder engagements are planned in the next couple of weeks. Our intention is to focus on the elections by way of introspection, stock-taking, review, and evaluation. The Commission is convinced that engaging with stakeholders is one of the best ways to learn lessons and continue to improve elections and the electoral process in Nigeria. Let me therefore seize this opportunity to welcome those who are attending this meeting for the first time as leaders of political parties. In particular, I would like to welcome the chairman of the Youth Party, the YP. He is attending this meeting for the first time following the registration of the party by order of the Supreme Court. With this development, Nigeria now has 19 political parties. But let me also on this note welcome those who may not be attending the meeting for the first time, but they are attending for the first time in their substantive or acting capacities. So let me recognize Barrister Sly, the new chairman of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA. Let me also welcome the acting national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abubakar Kyari. He used to come here on oversight as chairman of the Senate Committee on INEC. Now our paths don't cross. He's on the other side. Yeah, welcome. Let me also welcome the representative of the acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Umar Bature. And finally, the acting chairman of the new Nigeria People's Party, the NNPP, Abba Ali. So now is the season of acting chairman, only one substantive. So you are welcome to this meeting. For the 2023 general election, political parties played a leading role in the election and the electoral process. Collectively, parties sponsored 36 presidential candidates and their running mates, 837 governorship candidates and their running mates, 1,100 senatorial candidates, 3,127 candidates for federal constituencies, that is House of Representatives, and 10,231 candidates for state assembly constituencies. The beginning of the paragraph. For the 2023 general election, political parties played a leading role in the election and the electoral process. Collectively, parties sponsored 36 presidential candidates and their running mates, 837 governorship candidates and their running mates, 1,100 senatorial candidates, 3,127 candidates for federal constituencies, that is House of Representatives, and 10,231 candidates for State Assembly constituencies. The Commission also printed identity cards for 1.6 million polling and collation agents nominated by political parties to represent them at polling units and collation centers. And following the conclusion of the election, 7 political parties won senatorial seats, 8 parties in the House of Representatives, and there are 9 parties occupying seats in the various state houses of assembly. While the Commission is working on the electronic register of election results as provided by Section 62, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2022, a comprehensive list of elected candidates for the 1,491 constituencies distributed by name, constituency, political parties, and gender will be uploaded to the Commission's website this afternoon for public information. The Commission appreciates the role of political parties through the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, and their roles are varied, ranging from voter education within the limits of available resources to off-cycle and general elections. The robust engagement with IPAC with the National Assembly contributed to the 4th and 5th alterations to the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended and the enactment of the Electoral Act 2022. Working in partnership with us, political parties also supported the expansion of voter access to polling units and many innovations introduced by the Commission, including the online pre-registration of voters, nomination of candidates, and the accreditation of party agents. Parties also supported the Commission's effort to deepen the use of technology in voter accreditation and result management, as well as the provision of assistive devices in aid of persons with disability during elections. However, the Commission is aware that while there are many positive developments from the 2023 general election, there were challenges encountered which must be addressed. The Commission is aware that many aspects of the electoral process are currently being litigated in the various election petition tribunals. Nevertheless, we must review them broadly without touching on the merits of the cases in court. Our hope is that at the end of the review process, a comprehensive report will be prepared that will serve as a basis for further engagement with stakeholders, focusing on specific actions necessary for the improvement of future elections and electoral activities. As we review the general election, we also need to focus our attention on the forthcoming by-elections and the 3 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. For the Commission, we are looking at some of the lessons learned from the general election to improve our performance in the forthcoming elections. We are focusing, among other issues, on election technology, recruitment and training of ad hoc staff, the conduct of some of our regular and ad hoc officials, security issues, logistics, in particular our relationship with service providers and the transport unions. I also appeal to party leaders for similar introspection on the conduct of your candidates and their supporters. The use of thugs during elections to harass election officials, intimidate voters, and disrupt processes, sometimes resulting in the destruction of election materials or even worse, must be addressed. Campaign in public by parties and candidates in the 3 states of Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi commenced on the 14th of July as provided by the timetable and schedule of activities for the governorship elections. Sadly, there are already disturbing reports of clashes between opposing parties with claims and counterclaims of innocence or culpability. These claims help no one. Call your supporters to order. At the same time, I must also acknowledge the perennial complaints from some political parties that the power of incumbency is used in some states to restrain some parties and candidates from access to public facilities for media campaigns and outdoor advertising through exorbitant fees or outright denial. This often leads to the mutual destruction of advertising materials such as billboards, resulting in altercation and violence involving supporters of opposing political parties. This matter will be discussed at the next meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, scheduled to hold on Friday this week. But I would also like to advise political parties to seize the opportunity of the provisions of the law. Any state where the power of incumbency is used to deny other political parties or candidates access to public or state facilities for the purpose of campaign is a violation of the Electoral Act. And therefore, parties, in addition to what INEC is going to do through the security agencies and by engaging directly with states involved, parties should seek for legal redress to test that provision of the law. I've been saying so consistently that in addition to what we do, there must be litigation. Denial of access to state facilities for political parties to campaign is a violation of the law, and is a violation that should not be tolerated. There shouldn't be reward for bad behavior. And political parties are here. Some of the states where you deny your colleagues sitting around this table access are states controlled by you. So please also join through IPAC in speaking to the leadership of the states where such situations arise. We have a lot to discuss today, and let me therefore welcome you once again to this review meeting, and I thank you and God bless.